Hi, I'm Rob, the arts teacher. Today we're going to talk about still life. And I'm going to show you how to set up a still life arrangement either for the classroom or in your home that you can use for practicing your drawing. I'm thinking particularly about line drawing, shape and form, and also about shading or tone drawing, so we'll be looking at lighting effects and mass and volume. I'm going to share 4 things. First of all, how to set up a table. Secondly, the kinds of objects you can choose to give you a good still life. Thirdly, how to arrange those objects. And then lastly, something about lighting. So let's start with the table. Now, I'm just choosing to use my ordinary work desk, and I'll show you what I do in positioning it. The most important thing for me in a still life is to set up the table near a blank surface, like this wall, but also not right up against it. So in fact, I've got a gap of about 5 or 6 inches, 15 centimeters here, and what this will allow us to do is play with contrast in shadow and light between the objects and the space behind it. You can do this at an angle or parallel. I choose to do it in a parallel way because then it gives us the option of symmetry as well as asymmetry when we move around the table. So let's have a look at some of the objects I've chosen. Now what I've done is I've just chosen a range of tall objects, like these 2 bottles, and I've chosen a range of medium-sized objects, like this old tin can, and some smaller objects, an onion and a roll of string. You'll notice that I've done something to these objects. What I've done is just really quickly painted over all the labels, over the whole surface, just with poster paint. And this makes them more anonymous. I don't really want to deal with the labels and lettering at the moment. I'm just looking at the shape and the form. In this case, what I've just done is rolled some corrugated cardboard, and then I've put some dried herb sticks in that, because we're thinking about shading and line drawing, so I've got some line elements as well as some volumes. I rather like onions, and onions are a great shape to draw. Also, they're a kind of neutral color, and I was wanting something that was rectangular. So what I chose was a book, and I've simply wrapped it in white paper and tied it with string. So let's have a look at how that might work. Just first of all, placing the objects with some gap between them, not too close. And I'm not worried about creating a symmetrical arrangement, but I have put the tallest object in the middle so far. And notice I've set this one back a little bit. We can play around with forward and back. And as I put the objects in, I will rearrange them. And I'm thinking about, as we're looking at them now, frontally, are there spaces between them? Can I see what's happening? Where do I want this one? Maybe in there? Maybe out here? And now I'm thinking I might swap that over, put that in that position, and maybe this one over here. Or swap those over. So I start thinking, I'm thinking of a kind of organic arrangement. Now the difficulty here is I've got 2 dark forms against each other, so maybe I will just create a bit more of a contrast. Now the question is, do I use these? I begin to look at this and think, what does it need? And you should trust your own intuition about this. You want some complexity, but maybe not too much. This book is great because it could just sit in there, maybe. And I'm thinking about the balance here, and the tallest part is these line elements here. And I'm thinking diagonal balance as well as the symmetrical balance. So I think there's a bit of a gap here. There's something missing. So I might put the onion down there. I always think about which way should the onion face. So how do we use this arrangement when we're sketching? The guidelines I've given you for setting it up so that we've got spaces between the objects will work for drawing at any angle. So we could be sitting on this side or in front. It will also work for getting your eye position low so that you're almost at table level when you're sketching or drawing, and you can be higher up as well. You can try and draw the whole still life from a distance or come in and look at close details. As I said, we're thinking about line drawing and tone drawing or shading. So the line drawing, the lighting doesn't matter so much. You can have relatively soft, flat lighting for your line drawing, but when you come to do your shading and your tone drawing, having consistent light from one side is going to serve you best. If I want more dramatic lighting, I might wait until nighttime and set up a desk lamp so that I've got lighting kind of at 45-degree angle coming into the still life. 45 degrees this way maybe, and 45 degrees this way, so that it's coming in at this angle and casting some shadows here, and maybe also casting some shadows on the wall behind. And this contrast between one light source and deep shadow and some mid shadows in between will give you great material for practicing your tonal drawing, for creating volume and mass, and maybe a bit of drama as well. So I hope you enjoy creating your own still life at home, and creating your own still life sketches and drawings based on that. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share. If you want to see more short videos with art tips, lesson ideas and art projects, please hit subscribe and the notification bell.